Yo, what is up guys, FaZe here and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day like always, and today I'm going to be going over the T57 and the M.6.YOH. Both are tier 10 American auto loader vehicles, and they're both heavy tanks, so I'm going to be going over them because I think they're pretty similar in the way that they can dump shells out and then get back to cover. You're going to go over both of them and compare them to each other. I have done separate reviews on both these vehicles. Mind you, they were quite a while ago. It's a very old video of mine, so if you would like to watch those standalone videos, I do have them, and there'll be a link at the top right of your screen where you can go and watch both of those. However, I'm only going to slightly go over the stats of both vehicles, but ultimately compare them to each other and give you my opinion on which one I think is better. I do think I need to note that the T57 and the M.6.YOH are kind of getting nerfed in the next update. The T57 is not going to be as good as it is right now in terms of its dumping potential, because its reload on its interclip shells are going to get significantly longer. As well as the M.6.YOH is going to lose a lot of its turret traverse speed, which might make it that the tank doesn't bounce as many shots as it does, because you won't be able to react to people on your side as quick as you're able to right now. Now, I'm going to go over the equipment and then the provisions on both these vehicles, because they do actually have some pretty special consumables and provisions. So yeah, I'll get into those in just a moment. But before we get into that, if you guys do manage to enjoy yourself this video, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. With that being said, let's head straight into it. Now, I think we'll start with the T57. Now, this tank is one of the best damage dealing vehicles in the game, just because it can dump out about 1,300 damage in only 5 seconds, which is absolutely crazy, and this is why autoloaders are kind of broken in this game. But let me head straight into the equipment that I run on the T57. Currently, I'm running calibrated shells. You can run vents, but the tank does have pretty decent pen, and if you use that calibrated shells, it just makes the pen on this vehicle absolutely crazy, just to make sure that you're penning all your shots, because you must remember, if you don't pen every single shot in your clip, your DPM reduces by a bunch. So having that calibrated shells ensures that you're going to pen your shots. I'm running enhanced gun laying drive as the second, refined gun, second row I'm running defense system. I am also running enhanced armor, which a lot of people may disagree, because the tank doesn't really have the best armor. So it's really up to you. Are you going to run the hit points, or are you going to run the armor? I'm running toolbox, improved optics, engine accelerator, and high-end consumables. Provisions wise, this vehicle does have some pretty sweet provisions, and by pretty sweet I just mean that's one that is kind of unique, which is the improved gunpowder. And the vehicle doesn't really need this, to be honest. The shell velocity on this tank is actually pretty good as it is. So if you're going to run this, I highly suggest you to run double food and an improved fuel, so that you can just overall boost the stats of the vehicle just by that minimal amount, but it can be noticeable. Consumables wise, this tank also has a pretty sweet consumable for autoloaders, which is shell reload boost, which allows you to reduce the interclip reload of your shells so that you can dump your damage a lot quicker, which is kind of broken, and this is one thing that is getting removed from the T57. So yeah, it is definitely a pretty strong thing for this vehicle, so I highly suggest you to run it. And then obviously your double repair kits, because there's no point in running engine power if you can have double repair kits, just to increase your survivability in that regard. With that being said, let's head into a live battle in the T57. I'm not actually going to go over the armor inspector of this vehicle, because this is not really a full review on both vehicles. It is just slightly comparing them to each other and giving you my opinion on them. So if you'd like me to do an updated review on either vehicle, showing the armor and everything there is to both vehicles, then definitely leave a comment below and I'll definitely consider that. So we get into our first game here, and it looks like the enemy team does have a few medium tanks, but they mainly have some good heavy tanks. They have an E75, a K91, and an Object 777. Like you know, the T57 doesn't have the most armor in the game. It has pretty weak armor, and a lot of people will go straight through it. However, it is very, very troll, so maybe we can get some bounces. Looks like my WZ121 is not going right. And one thing I need to tell you guys, if you're in a medium tank, always go right on this map. There's no point in you going left unless you're the only person that is going to go right, then don't go there. But yeah, the 1-2-1 could have definitely helped us out here. There's no point in him going to the heavy side because he's not really going to contribute the side as much as he possibly could. Now, I would love to go on the bridge there, but it looks like my team is going left here, and maybe we can dump an entire clip into this CC over there. We managed to get 2 shots in there, just about. I should have probably tracked him there, but yeah, I'd rather just go straight for the damage there and make sure that they go through instead of trying to go for a track and miss. However, if I went for the track, possibly could have tracked him and done my entire clip to him. Now, I'm just reloading my clip right now, and my entire right side of the map here is getting absolutely ruined. Now, with the T57, there's no point to sit in front of your enemy while you are reloading, so that's why you won't see me poking when I don't need to. We missed our shot there on that 777. Maybe we can get one into the track here. We managed to do that, and he's going to back up into our last shell. Now, we only managed to get 2 shots out there, unfortunately, but it looks like my teammates on the left here are actually struggling to kill that CC and that E50M that are on 1 HP. I'm contemplating that E75 could be pushing here. Let me poke here to maybe spot him. There he is. I'm going to put 1 shot into him, maybe go for a track here. We're going to go for the track. Yes, we managed to hit it, and I'm going to go for one of these turrets and possibly ammo-rack him. Unfortunately, that does not happen, but we do manage to dump our entire clip into him. We do a little bit of a wiggle, and we bounce a shot from the E75. Now, this should be a win, but I'm not going to jinx it just yet because, yeah, these teams might just absolutely fail you sometimes. That grill gets absolutely nuked over there, and yeah, the enemy team is basically dead. I'm going to actually reload my entire clip, and I only suggest you guys to reload your entire clip if you know that you won't need to dump them anytime soon. Now, I do see that my team will deal with those people on the left, that E75 to be exact, and it will just leave this K91 and M60 as well as the 777 here. So I'd rather have full shells so that I can ruin these guys pushing. I'm going to get 1 into the M60, another 1 into the M60. I don't mind taking a few shots here to manage to get both my shots out there. And it looks like I missed another shell, which is very unfortunate. Like I said, if you bounce even one of your shots in your clip, your DPM significantly reduces. Now, it's turned into a 3 versus 3, so hopefully I can back up here before this M60 can farm me out. I'm going to get 1 shot into him. It actually bounces him, unfortunately. I'm going to go for another shot into him. It actually misses. That's very unfortunate. And we get 1 final shot into him. Now, I take a track shot from him, unfortunately. Hopefully the 777 doesn't shoot me. I'm stuck on a little tiny bit of the wall here, and I may die. We actually bounced one from the K91, luckily, and it means that we can back up. Now, that is the one reason why I kind of don't like the T57's gun sometimes, is because it's accurate, but when you are moving, it is very, very... Oh, we actually ran out of heat rounds here. And we actually don't manage to kill that 777. I was actually so close to getting the shot out into his hatch, but I just did not manage to do it. My team ends up killing themselves here, and we might have won if I hit every single shot on that M60. However, they unfortunately bounced and also missed. So that is very unfortunate, and it means that we do lose this game. We pull out 4.8k damage. We could have definitely done a lot more here, and it's unfortunate that I missed those shots as well as bounced those other ones. So that's unfortunate, but you did manage to see how the T57's gun can be extremely deadly, because you can dump that 1300 damage extremely quickly, especially if you're using this consumable. And yeah, you can do 1300 damage upwards if you get some good high rolls, and it means that you can clear targets and do the damage extremely quickly. So that is all I have left for the T57 Heavy. It's a fantastic tank at doing damage. You can have a lot of fun playing this vehicle. However, in some sticky situations, that armor really falls apart, and you kind of wish you had a bit more. But its armor is very troll, and it does get that occasional bounce, which is pretty nice. Moving on to the M.6.YOH, which actually has a lot more armor than the T57. You can more reliably bounce shells with the M.6.YOH, so both of them currently, there is more of a opinion-based thing, because it's really situational to how you play. Are you someone who wants to sit on a ridgeline and have a lot more armor and gun depression to dunk on your enemies, or do you want to have that massive dumping potential? Like you know, the M.6.YOH actually has two different guns. I'm not going to go fully into both the guns because this is not the full review on the vehicle. However, I would highly suggest you to play the 2-shot gun on this tank because it makes this vehicle extremely fun to play. Like you can see, that shell reload time is 1.7 seconds in between your shells, which is very, very nice. As well as if you... Besides that, let's head into my equipment on this vehicle. Same thing, on this side I am running calibrated shells. It doesn't quite have as good pen as the T57 unfortunately, but it's still pretty good on its heat rounds and it means you can pen your targets if need be. I'm also running enhanced gun lane drive, refined gun, defense system, as well as enhanced armor, just to make the turret just that little bit stronger. Yes, it has 2 hatches which can absolutely be penned regardless if you run enhanced armor or not, but I think that enhanced armor just makes that upper hull also a bit more troll to lower pen vehicles. I'm also running toolbox, I'm running improved optics, engine accelerator, and high-end consumables. Pretty similar to how I run the T57, but let's go ahead and talk on the provisions. Now, the provisions wise, you can also run improved gunpowder on this vehicle. However, the same thing with the T57, this vehicle does not really need that extra velocity, so I'd highly suggest you to run double food as well as improved fuel to just, as I said, to boost those minor stats on the vehicle. Consumables wise, you can actually have the choice of running two different consumables here. First one is reticle calibration, which basically makes you extremely accurate for 26 seconds, and you can also use and choose the shell reload boost, which like I said just reduces the interclip reload of the vehicle. Now I would only suggest you to run shell reload boost with the 3-shot gun, as it has the same interclip reload as the T57, so by using this it means you can dump your shells a lot sooner. But on the 2-shot gun, that is not necessary since the reload between shells is already 1.7 seconds long, which is extremely quick, and there's no point to run the shell reload boost. Instead, I would highly suggest you to run the reticle calibration to make your shots, or those 2 shots, a guarantee hit. Obviously, your accuracy improves a hell of a lot when you use this, so I definitely suggest you to run it. As well as the 2-shot gun is actually a lot less accurate than the 3-shot gun, so if you're running the 3-shot gun, use the shell reload boost only, and if you're running the 2-shot gun, only use the reticle calibration. That is the best way I can really tell you guys how to run it. But besides that, let's head into a live battle. Now, just like the T57, the M.6.YOH has a pretty troll armor profile, but it's a lot stronger than the 57, which means that you can be a lot more useful on a ridgeline because your armor is more guaranteed to bounce a shot than the T57. So just keep in mind that the vehicle does have some pretty decent and massive hatches on the roof, so people can easily pen that if they wanted to. Now, finally getting into the game, we are on Fort Despair, which is actually a pretty decent map for this vehicle. Now, the T57 and the M.6.YOH are also very similar to the fact that they aren't the most mobile vehicles out there. The M.6.YOH does have a pretty unique ability where if you get tracked, you can still reverse in the direction. You can still move in the direction that you were moving when you got tracked, which is very nice, and in the next update, it will be a massive boost to how fast you can actually move once you are tracked. So in that regard, in the next update, the M.6.YOH will be a lot faster and a lot more durable when getting tracked. But as you know, the turret traverse speed is getting massively reduced, which means you cannot use that great turret traverse speed like you once were able to. Now, I'm not in the greatest position here. I would have liked to shoot that the AMX over there, but we weren't able to. And I'm in a position where I could use my reticle calibration and hit them right now, but I want to just get into the position. I am spotted now, so I'm going to use my reticle calibration, hit that AMX 30 prototype, but we actually bounce him somehow. That is very unfortunate. I'm not even sure how that bounced. It must have been just a ready troll area of that guy's vehicle. We should be able to kill that Sheridan, and yeah. This is very unfortunate. Both my shells didn't go through and I wasted my reticle calibration for them. So yeah, this is not gonna look too good for me, but in 7 seconds we will reload and we'll be able to dump on this M.6.YOH or this MLE. or this ML2 I should say. Now he does put 1 into me, but using this fantastic interclip reload, I can put 2 into him before he's even realized that I've managed to shoot him. And that's why this vehicle is extremely fun, because you just pull around the corner, dump your damage in 1.7 seconds, and then you are back to doing the damage again. And this is not as high damage dealing as the T57. Like, you know, with the T57 you can dish out almost 1,400 damage in 5 seconds, where the M.6.YOH does 1,000 damage in only 1.5 seconds. So it's really up to you. How do you want to dump your shells? I will say that the M.6.YOH is a lot better at doing a lot of damage because you can dump the shots a lot quicker. Now, there is the enemy team. I'm going to go into this held down position while I reload. The mouse may be able to get a shot into me, but I'm hopefully going to get one into the cheek of his vehicle. We do manage to get one into it. And then I am going to maybe push up. Now, this is quite close because the enemy team does have a lot of health on their team. So this is still a very close game. I'm going to get one into the side of the E100's turret. I did manage to see that he was pushing across there, and there is a little gap there that you can shoot them. Now, the mouse is currently aiming his rear at me, so I really want to take advantage of that and kill him. But it looks like my team is not the greatest right now, and it means that they're getting absolutely nuked. I'm going to get one into that mouse, and we actually get robbed. So yeah, this is not looking too great for us, to be honest. I'm not sure why when I'm not running calibrated or reticle calibration, I'm hitting my shots. And when I do run reticle calibration, my shots are absolutely missing. It makes no sense, but yeah, what can I say? Now, it looks like my 62A is getting absolutely ruined by that E100. So I would like to help him out here if I can maybe get a shot into the rear of that E100. I don't really want to aim at this mouse over here because obviously my teammate needs some help. But I'm going to have to because yeah, I just want to get rid of as much HP as I can on the battlefield so that I can have a better chance at killing these guys later on. Now, my 62A and T54 do a great job at dealing damage to that E100, which means I can kill him, and he is in the range of me being able to ruin his day. Now, I'm going to aim at the mouse again. Let's see if we can ruin him, or maybe we can get a shot into that E100. Not quite, so I'm going to pull around the corner, get a shot into that mouse, and another shot into the mouse before he can turn his turret, and just like that, I've dumped an entire clip on him in 1.5 seconds. And this is why this vehicle is extremely fun to play, because you can just dish out the damage, go back into cover, and wait for that person to push you to then again hit him again. So now he's going to rush me here, but as long as I pen both my shots here, I pen one, and I just need to pen one more into the side of his cheek there, and we do above 5,000 damage. And this is why I love the M.6.YOH. Personally, I love the M.6.YOH way more than the T57, just because the YOH is more versatile, because you have a lot more gun depression, you have better overall armor, especially when you are held down, and you can dish out 1,000 damage in 1.5 seconds, a lot quicker than the T57 can dish out its 2 shells. So I really like the M.6.YOH. If you're thinking of getting either of them, I would highly suggest you to go for the M.6.YOH, because nothing about the gun is getting changed in the next update, which I'm very happy about, where the T57's interclip reload is getting reduced. It's also losing the consumable, which is shell reload boost. And for that reason, I don't think the T57 is going to be that competitive in the next update. But you guys will have to let me know, do you guys like the T57 and M.6.YOH? And if you do, which one do you like more? Personally, the M.6.YOH is my favorite here, and I really think both vehicles are fantastic, but the M.6.YOH just takes the cake for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I greatly appreciate it. We're literally right there at 1,000 subscribers, so if you can help me out with that, that would be greatly appreciated. Anyways, guys, your shells hit their marks, and I'll check you in the next one. Goodbye.